Look, I get it. You're tired. Tired of the endless bills, the nagging worry about the future, the feeling that no matter how hard you work, you're always just one step behind. Maybe you're a parent drowning in debt, wondering how you'll ever give your kids the life they deserve. Maybe you're a young professional, just starting out, overwhelmed by the sheer volume of financial advice, desperate to make the right moves. Or perhaps you're a dedicated doctor, a brilliant lawyer, a meticulous dentist, an entrepreneur pouring your soul into your business, yet the daily grind leaves you little time to truly build wealth. I've been there, we've all been there. That knot in your stomach, the sleepless nights, the quiet desperation, that's not just a feeling, it's a symptom of a financial system that often feels rigged against us, and a lack of clarity on how to truly break free. But what if I told you there's a path, a tangible real-world experiment I embarked on, that could offer a glimmer of hope, a roadmap to not just survive, but to truly thrive? Today, I'm pulling back the curtain on something that transformed my own financial perspective. And I promise you, by the end of this video, you'll see your financial future not as a burden, but as an exciting, achievable journey. This isn't about quick riches, it's about sustainable, real freedom. 2 years ago, I did something that felt both incredibly simple and profoundly significant. I decided to put my money where my mouth was, and where many financial gurus point. Into an exchange-traded fund, specifically 100 shares of SCHD. SCHD is the Schwab U.S. Dividend Equity ETF, in plain English. It's a basket of high-quality companies with a long history of paying dividends, essentially giving a portion of their profits back to shareholders. Sounds simple, right? Buy, hold, and collect those sweet dividends. But simplicity can be deceptive. My journey with SCHD wasn't just about buying shares. It was about observing, learning, feeling the highs and lows, and ultimately extracting the brutal, honest truth about passive income and what it truly takes to build financial freedom. Let's rewind to why I chose SCHD. When you're a parent staring at a mountain of debt, every dollar feels like it needs to work overtime. When you're a young person, the sheer complexity of investing can be perilous. For independent professionals and entrepreneurs, your time is your most valuable asset, and you need investments that don't demand constant babysitting. SCHD promises consistency, a focus on established, financially healthy companies, and a steady stream of income. It's the kind of investment that whispers stability in a world that often screams volatility. My hope 2 years ago was that this investment could be a quiet engine for growth, a reliable source of passive income that could eventually chip away at debt, supplement my income, or simply provide peace of mind. So, what happened? The first few months were unremarkable, like planting a tiny seed and waiting for it to sprout. You check on it daily, sometimes twice, but the growth is almost imperceptible. This is where most people quit. This is where doubt creeps in, whispering, "This isn't working. This is too slow." For parents burdened by debt, the urge to use any spare cash to make a dent in principal feels more immediate. For young people, the allure of get-rich-quick schemes on social media can be overwhelming. For independent professionals and entrepreneurs, your mind is wired for immediate results and tangible progress in your business. But here's the first brutal truth. Building true wealth is a marathon, not a sprint. It requires patience, discipline, and the ability to silence the immediate gratification monster. As the months turned into a year, something remarkable began to happen. The dividends, initially small, started to accumulate. Not enough to retire on, mind you, but enough to feel like a tangible reward. Enough to buy a small treat, or to reinvest and buy even more shares. This is the magic of compounding, the eighth wonder of the world. As Einstein famously put it, each dividend payment, when reinvested, buys more shares, which then generate even more dividends, creating a snowball effect. For parents in debt, even a small, consistent income stream can be a lifeline, freeing up capital for other needs or accelerating debt repayment. For young investors, it's a powerful demonstration of how consistent investment, even small amounts, can build significant wealth over time. For independent professionals and entrepreneurs, it offers a glimpse of true financial leverage, where your money starts working for you, even when you're not actively working. But here's the second, even more profound truth. SCHD, or any dividend ETF, isn't a magic bullet for overnight riches. There were market fluctuations. There were moments when my portfolio value dipped, when the news cycle felt apocalyptic, and when the temptation to sell and cut my losses was immense. This is where emotional intelligence in investing becomes paramount. It's easy to be a buy and hold investor when the market is soaring. The real test of character and the real growth happens when things get tough. It's like parenting. It's not always sunshine and rainbows. There are sleepless nights, tantrums, and moments of despair. But the love, the commitment, the long-term vision keeps you going. The same applies to your financial journey. After 2 years, what's my honest review? My 100 shares of SCHD didn't make me a millionaire, but they did something far more valuable. They instilled in me a deep understanding of consistent, disciplined investing. They showed me the power of passive income as a supplement, a buffer, and eventually, a foundation for true freedom. The dividends I received weren't just numbers in an account. They were tangible proof that my money could work for me, quietly, consistently. Even while I was sleeping, working, or spending time with my family. As Warren Buffett famously said, someone is sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree a long time ago. SCHD for me was that tree. It wasn't about the individual branches I saw in the first few months, but about the roots I was building, the shade it would eventually provide. For parents in debt, this means understanding that every dollar saved, every strategic investment is a seed planted for your children's future and your own peace of mind. For young people, it's realizing that starting early, even with small amounts, gives you an unfair advantage over those who wait. For independent professionals and entrepreneurs, it's recognizing that while your business fuels your present, strategic investments secure your future, allowing you to eventually work because you choose to, not because you have to. The journey with SCHD taught me that financial freedom isn't about hitting a magical number. It's about building a system, a mindset, and a series of assets that generate income independently of your active labor. It's about empowering yourself to make choices, to live life on your terms, and to sleep soundly at night knowing your money is working for you. This applies whether you're working tirelessly to pay off debt, just beginning your investment journey, or building a thriving business. The principles of patience, consistency, and intelligent allocation are universal. But let's dive a little deeper into the specific realities of each of you watching. If you're a parent in debt, that feeling of being trapped can be suffocating. You see the rising costs of everything. You want the best for your kids, and the debt feels like a heavy chain around your family. My experience with SCHD taught me that even small, consistent steps towards creating passive income can be a powerful psychological shift. It's not about replacing your income overnight, but about creating an auxiliary engine that quietly chugs along, adding power to your financial journey. Imagine if those dividends, however small, could cover a utility bill, or buy a month's worth of groceries, or even just be put directly towards high-interest debt. That's real, tangible relief. And it starts with understanding that your money can work for you, not just from you. For young people just starting to invest, the world of finance can feel like a labyrinth. So many options, so much conflicting advice. Should you chase the next big stock? Focus on crypto? My journey with SCHD offers a foundational lesson. Simplicity and consistency often win in the long run. You don't need to be a day trader. You don't need to understand complex derivatives. What you need is a solid, diversified foundation that generates returns and, importantly, teaches you the discipline of long-term holding. Starting with something like SCHD, which focuses on established, profitable companies that reward shareholders, provides that invaluable real-world education in patience and the power of compounding. Every single dividend payment you receive, no matter how small, is a direct, undeniable lesson in how wealth is truly built. It's like planting a tiny sapling. The earlier you plant it, the bigger and stronger it will grow. And for you, the independent professionals, the doctors, lawyers, dentists, and the entrepreneurs who dedicate your lives to your craft or your vision, your time is gold. You're already generating substantial income, but often, that income is directly tied to your active hours. When you stop working, the income stops. This is the classic trap of high-income earners. My SCHD experiment highlighted the critical need for income streams that are decoupled from your active labor. While you're performing surgery, drafting contracts, or building your business, your SCHD shares are quietly generating income. This is UND about replacing your professional income, but about creating a robust financial safety net, or even just the peace of mind that comes from knowing your wealth is growing, even when you're not in the office. It's about building a legacy beyond your professional practice, ensuring that your financial well-being is not solely reliant on your personal energy and time. The experience of holding SCHD for 2 years revealed that building wealth is less about predicting the future and more about adhering to timeless principles. It's about understanding that market volatility is normal, that patience is a superpower, and that the consistent reinvestment of dividends can create exponential growth over time. It's about shifting your mindset from a consumer to an owner, from someone who spends every dollar to someone who strategically deploys capital to work on their behalf. This fundamental shift is what empowers people to break free from the cycle of debt, to confidently build a future, and to achieve genuine financial independence. So, where do you go from here? The brutal truth I've shared today isn't meant to overwhelm you. It's meant to empower you. It's meant to show you that even if you feel financially lost, even if you're starting from scratch, you have the power to change your narrative. Don't let the weight of debt or the fear of the unknown paralyze you. Don't let the perceived complexity of investing deter you. My 2 years with SCHD were a testament to the quiet power of consistency, the profound impact of patience, and the undeniable truth. True financial freedom is within your reach, not as a dream, but as a deliberate creation. Your value isn't defined by your current bank balance or your debt load. Your value is in your courage to seek truth, your willingness to learn, and your commitment to a better future. Take a moment right now. Close your eyes and imagine what true financial freedom would feel like for you. Is it the ability to pay off that looming debt, to fund your child's education, to finally take that dream vacation, to have the time and energy to pursue your passions without financial stress hanging over your head? That feeling, hold on to it. Now, it's time to take action. This isn't just a video, it's an invitation. An invitation to start your own financial journey, whether it's by researching, creating a debt repayment plan, or simply setting aside your first dollar for investment. Don't wait for perfection. Start imperfectly, but start today. The journey to financial freedom, regardless of your starting point, is paved with consistent effort and informed decisions. Remember, every master was once a beginner. The most important step is always the next one. Your future self will thank you. The journey starts now.